My name's Bill O'Neill. I'm the managing partner in the Chicago office of Winston. I'm a trial lawyer, and I've been at the firm for 23 years. I never thought I'd be in Chicago. I ended up in Chicago by complete happenstance. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. My wife grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. We have raised a family here, and we've really built a community of friends and a support network in a great city.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
It's nice to see you. How are the babies? Do you have Manny?
You can't get bored. You can't get bored because it moves too fast. It's really exciting. You know, I mean, you feel like you're juggling a lot of things, but the days and the weeks and the months fly by because you're operating in such a high-paced, high-energy environment. I'm a morning person. I get up around 5 in the morning every morning. I will go and work out. I have to have balance in my life. And so if I don't create space to work out, to fuel my body, to be with my family, then I'm not performing at that peak state.
Awesome. Good work. Thanks.
We didn't leave halfway through.
I'm so blessed to have 3 wonderful children who are really thriving and who are really successful, and to see them, and to be a part of their journey as they go forward. It's important.
Nice to you.
This picture is called the Chicago Bear, and this is looking south on the South Street, which is the same street our office is on. And that is a grizzly that they brought in to film this in the middle of the night. And what you don't see in the picture is a bowl of peanut butter, like about right here, to get him to sort of walk. It's just cool. It sort of embodies a lot of the ethos of Chicago. I start every morning here, and then I usually end every night here for a couple hours. You can see the skyline out the highest and best work I have to get done, I'll get done really early. So much of being a great trial lawyer is about preparing. When you see greatness in a courtroom from a trial lawyer, it is often born out of a lot of late nights preparing for that moment. For me, the most confident I've been is when I'm 100% prepared. My days are incredibly scheduled. So I am scheduled, in 30-minute increments, almost in a solid block. I'll typically come into the office closer to 9 o'clock.
Hey, what's up, man? Cool, it's great to see you. You look great. That's what I heard. I heard some central district.
I learned pretty early on in my life that I wanted to be a trial lawyer. I did in law school and in undergrad. I did some debate and I did moot court.
It is so awesome to see so many of you here in person. Thank you guys for making the effort to be here. Seeing a full room like this.
That feeling when you have to stand up under some pressure in front of other people, it's either an exhilarating feeling or it's a terrifying feeling. And for me, I get energy and exhilaration from that challenge, from that moment. The task of trying to persuade someone else of your client's story, it fuels me and drives me, and I find incredibly fulfilling.
Hey.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Good.
So what'd you think about that ruling yesterday?
The most rewarding part about this job is the human impact. You're never more inspired to try to advocate for your client than when it has that human impact.
I will.
Okay, thanks for letting me stop by.
See you later.
Okay.
Oh, sit down.
All right.
The management piece of my job gives me an opportunity to feel like I'm not just keeping score by all the trials that I've done or the victories or losses that I've had, but the impact I've had on other people's lives. I get to marry that sort of interest I have with the trial work that kind of drives my passion. The time I spend mentoring or the time I spend developing our younger lawyers or growing our franchise and our brand and our office, to me, is as fulfilling or more fulfilling than the trial work, because it has, again, that human impact.
Okay. All right, have a good night. I'll see you.
I get out of the office in time to make it home for dinner with my family every night, or I'll coach one of my daughter's practices. So I played a lot of basketball for a long time, and then two of my really good friends, one did an ACL and the other did an Achilles in the same week that I played with, and I just took my basketball shoes to the alley, threw them in the trash can, and said, I'm probably good here.
And now you're living vicariously.
Now I live for daughters. You know, there's going to be a lot of years ahead of me when they're off to college and gone that I can work, 24/7. But I'm going to try to like really have a meaningful place, with them these next like, I have 6 years left until the last one's in college. I've gotten so much fulfillment out of coaching. Look, what we do as a trial lawyer to a jury is take really complex things and explain them in very simple terms. And so that is no different than trying to teach a sixth grade basketball team how to do the footwork to make a proper layup.
Okay, you're not in a rush. I see 4 great moves. All right, do something.
I've learned a lot of humility from the 5th and 6th grade girls that I've coached. Coaching has humbled me and taught me how to deal with defeat in the hopefully rare instances when we're not successful in the courtroom.
All right, let's go. Oh, good hands, good hands. Here we go. Ball's live, ball's live.
One of the things I'm really looking forward to over the next phase of my career is the ability to continue trying cases all over the country and all over the world. I feel like one of the luckiest people in the world because of the friends and family that sort of have surrounded me thus far in life. And like that journey over the next 10, 15, 20 years is gonna be awesome.